Everybody, this is not going to be like a normal SmackDown review. This is going to be breaking down. I haven't done this. I haven't really done these types of videos, but we're breaking down the releases, the mass releases, kind of mass releases that happened on Friday, the during SmackDown, before SmackDown, and after SmackDown, and even on Saturday morning. So yeah, honestly, I'm just gonna be talking about them and just seeing how bad these releases are, because most of these are awful decisions. Actually, I think all of them are. Yikes, dude. So Cedric Alexander was the first one to be released this weekend. It was like before, like around 30 minutes before SmackDown started. I mean, dumb decision. I don't know. Maybe I don't think it really disclosed if he got released or if he just wanted to leave the company, or I don't know. It doesn't disclose that, but I'm thinking it was probably a release. I don't know. I really hate that for Cedric. Honestly, he was just on NXT like what I think a few weeks ago. I don't even know him because I don't watch NXT regularly. But the last time I saw him on NXT was like I think a few weeks ago when he was having a match with Ethan Page. I don't know. I feel like it's kind of dumb because Cedric is really talented. I just really hate how he did not really get much screen time. I was okay with him getting more time in NXT. I mean, he was developing really well alongside Javon. So, but that's about it there. It just sucks. Like I hate that he got released. Next one we have was during SmackDown. This actually pairs along with the Final Testament. The entire Final Testament except for Karrion Kross and Scarlett were released on Friday during SmackDown. In my opinion, that I don't know if that probably wasn't a good decision either. I mean, Final Testament, they had an awesome feud in their hands with the Wyatt Six, but for some reason they decided to stop capitalizing on it. I feel like with that feud, it would have jump started the Final Testament. It just, yeah, it's just I don't know. It's just dumb. I don't know when was the last time they were going to be on TV. I really feel like they really should have continued that Wyatt Six feud because it really had potential. And it really was a great chance to get all of these guys over. But just cut short. It sucks that Paul Ellering got released too. I just think I don't think that's any separation. I feel like I don't know. But Paul Ellering and the Authors of Pain, it sucks to see them. It sucks to see that. I don't know. Now it's interesting to see what Karrion will do by himself. I don't know. Like they only had this faction for about a year. That's it. So now we move on. We move on to Sonya Deville, which was honestly a really surprising one because they tried so hard to get Pure Fusion Collective to go over. In my opinion, that was never gonna happen because they had no charisma to them. They had good chemistry. They had good chemistry in ring. It's just they had zero charisma on the outside. Like they had nothing special about them. With Sonya though, her in ring was not as good as Shayna and Zoe's, and she was always the voice of PFC, and now she's gone. I don't know what happens. I think this might be a good thing for Zoe and Shayna for them to break off. I think and be themselves again. It's just hard for them to get over. But I don't know. I feel like this is kind of dumb. I feel like Sonya could have still been a manager type position. I don't know. If they were not gonna have her wrestle, I feel like they should have just made her a managerial position or something in PFC. I guess. I don't know. That's what I feel like should have happened. Should have been the case if they didn't want her wrestling. I don't know. Like I think it's kind of dumb that they released her. I don't know. I don't like the decision here. I didn't like Sonya, but I didn't like the decision here. She could have been different because she's more. I think she's more fit as some sort of manager type. I don't know. For a faction. I don't know. But Sonya Deville. Dumb decision here. All these are dumb decisions. This one, in my opinion, is the dumbest one. Now we saw this. We saw this type of a release earlier in 2024 with Dijak. I don't think he got released. I just think he just left on his own terms. Honestly, I don't blame him for it because basically with Blair was featured more, but what's it called? Blair was featured more for sure. Dijak was never featured, so he was only on the Speed match and what was it? He was only on WWE Speed and Main Event. That's the only two things he did on the main roster, and Speed is barely canon. Main event is just not worth watching, unless you just want to watch wrestling for the hell of it. But for this one, it was Blair Davenport. I remember reading a lot of reports that Blair Davenport was set to start getting a push, receiving a push around mid-January. It got pushed back, and then she just eventually got released. I mean, she had, in her call-up from NXT, she had, what's it called? She had, like, a couple matches, I think. Actually, I'm going to say around 3. She had 2 against Naomi, which were not good. She had a 6-woman tag with the Unholy Union versus Bianca and Jade and Naomi, and that was it. She didn't have anything else. She had a Money to Make qualifier, I think. I think that one really killed her off right there. Once she botched quite a bit in that Money in the Bank qualifying match, so I feel like ever since that match, they just stopped using her. Well, also because SmackDown has such a big roster, I feel like it was going to be hard to showcase her as well. I mean, it was only 2 hours at the time. So what they were planning to do was, once the 3-hour SmackDown start featuring her little by little. But obviously they released her. They had no plans for her outside of that Naomi feud. They were waiting so long to even devise a plan for her, and once they finally started having a plan for her, they released her. So. That's really dumb. Just don't call people from NXT up. I mean, even I saw the video of her getting called up. She was crying. She was emotional. Why do that if you're not going to use her? And I feel like Blair could have done a little bit more in NXT as well. So, kind of dumb, in my opinion. So, yeah. This was the one I'm most upset about because I liked Blair Davenport. She was pretty good. We move on to Isla Dawn. This is a screenshot of her Instagram. This one is, in my opinion, the second dumbest decision. I think the third dumbest is coming up right now. And then the fourth dumbest. And then, yeah, I'm not ranking these, by the way. But this is an Instagram post by Isla Dawn. Yeah, it says, here for a good time, not a long time. See you in 90. And that basically means you have to wait 90 days to compete again or to at least show up in another promotion after you get released from one. So, which really sucks. I mean, honestly, this is just another dumb one. She was literally a tag team with Alba Fire. She held the tag title. She had a match on Main Event, like, I think a week ago, and they get rid of her. I feel like they had plans for the Unholy Union as well. I just feel like, I don't know, this is a bizarre one because, like, what are they going to do with Alba Fire now that Isla Dawn's gone? I feel like the same thing is going to happen to Alba Fire now. I really hope that's not the case, but still. What happens now? Because Alba Fire never had singles match, or she had, like, a couple of singles matches on the main roster, but like she worked best as a tag team with Isla, and now Isla's gone. I mean, just stupid. I don't know. Why did they release Isla? I have no idea. Budget cuts, apparently. This is not 2021, dude. Do not do this. Just hate that for Isla. I mean, she was featured frequently on TV, like in the latter portion of 2024, and she's been featured on Main Event, kind of. She hasn't really been featured much on this year, but I feel like if a tag team program would happen before WrestleMania, I feel like at least the Unholy Union would be involved. But stupid decision. Another one. We move on to another dumb decision. Giovanni Vinci. Oh, God. I hate this one. Giovanni Vinci. The 2024 he had. It started off like the first 4 months he was with Imperium. They make Ludwig Kaiser just absolutely brutalize him in the April 22nd episode of Raw. I don't know. That's what they did. Apparently, this is a rumor. I do not believe it. He was trying to hit on Tiffany, and Ludwig did everything he could to get him out of Imperium. I don't know, but I feel like that's not the case. I feel like they wanted Ludwig to shine on his own, so that's why they just split him off. It was stupid, dude. Ludwig has not done much since that happened. Giovanni Vinci hasn't done anything except for one mini program that was awful. So, yeah. I think in the latter months of 2024, they were starting to build him up. They had video packages for him. He looked like this cocky, rich Italian dude. And he came back and lost in 3 seconds. Honestly, it's funny when you think about it because, like, it's just, like I said, cocky rich dude. I like the way they're trying to forward that program. And then he loses to Apollo again. I feel like that one was dumb because I don't know why they're making him lose super quickly. And then he's never seen on TV again. That is it. Which is why I think this is dumb. Why build him up and why have him have 2 matches that are under 2 minutes combined only for him to get released? I hate that. I hate that. I loved the Giovanni Vinci character, like the little stint he had, but it just sucks, dude. Really, really, really. I hate this. And now we move on. The Good Brothers, the OC. Now this one, I don't know. I haven't seen them since the AJ stuff happened, like way back in what September? I don't know. I don't even know if it was September. I can't lie. I don't know. We haven't seen them since then. I don't know. Like the last time we saw them on the main roster was I think when AJ before the Clash of the Castle stuff happened. That's the last time we saw them, and then we never saw them again. I don't know. They were on NXT for a good amount of time. I feel like they did pretty well, but that's it. Like they had a horrible 2024. They made it onto a PLE in 2022, and that's it. I like the Good Brothers. I really like the work they're doing. I feel like they're about to turn heel as well, along with AJ. But plans changed, and they went down to NXT. I feel like they're still gonna be heel. I don't know. They felt like heels. I can't lie. I like these guys. They were a good tag team, but they're gone now. Exploring the indies again, I guess. I hate all of these releases. Oh my god. And then we move on to, I think, the last one, Elektra Lopez. She was released on Saturday morning. This one is another dumb one because she was literally on TV on Friday. They released, like, no, they're saying, okay, I was lying. It did not happen on Saturday morning. They had her release on Friday, but they didn't announce it until, like, Saturday morning. I don't even think it was announced either. People figured it out because they moved her to the alumni section of the WWE.com. So she was released on Friday. But on that, I remember that because I streamed SmackDown. She was in a backstage segment with Legado del Fantasma. What is WWE doing, man? I hate that. I feel like Elektra, I never saw her as someone who would wrestle on the main roster, but she was great. Like, the way she would just manage. I don't want to say manage because I don't know. Like, the way she would oversee Los Garza and the tag team matches. Like, I felt like she was in a good place with that. Although, I would have wanted her to wrestle. But I feel like what we got from Elektra was still pretty decent. I just wish she was featured a little bit more. But yeah, I really hate this one too because I like Elektra Lopez too. I don't know. But that's it for this one. I'm just breaking down all of the releases from Friday. With Elektra Lopez from 2024, she got called up. She only had like a couple matches, I think. One of them was against Zelina Vega in that feud, but yeah, none of her matches were really outstanding. So yeah, I don't know. I don't like this release. I don't like any of them. So that's the moral of the story. I hate releases. I hate budget cuts. Screw you, WWE. Goodbye.